All right. So once again, you're welcome to our class today. As you have on the board, we are going to be dealing with the law of Concord, also known as subject-verb agreement. Just as a reminder, remember that we have treated two major parts of speech. We are on the third major part of speech. I use the word major because, I remember that when we kicked off the study of parts of speech, I told you that although we have how many major parts of speech, or how many parts of speech? 8. Out of them, 7 are the main ones that we focus on. Are you following, right? Because the 8th one, interjection, we don't really discuss that much because it's simply a part of speech that deals with exclamation. Are you following, right? Oh, what is happening? Gosh, these are interjection words. What? Incredible. And usually we use the exclamation punctuation mark for it. That is not much of a problem when dealing with parts of speech. For that reason, our part of speech usually, when it comes to teaching, is brought down to 7. Am I communicating? Out of these 7, there are 3 major of them. Yes, as long as GMAETS41 is concerned, there are 3 major parts of speech. Am I communicating? Does that mean that the rest 4 are not major part of speech or are not important? Is that what GMAETS41 is saying? No. But what I want to highlight is the importance of the first 3 parts of speech when it comes to sentence construction. Am I communicating? When it comes to what? Sentence construction. And you would remember that these 3 major parts of speech I told you not to joke with include, can we mention them? Noun, I want them in order, in the order in which you've learned them so far. After noun, pronoun, and then what? Verb. We have others, because we have conjunction, we have preposition, we have adverb, we have adjective. Am I communicating, right? Good. But these ones are extremely important as long as GMAETS41 is concerned. The reason is when it comes to formation of basic sentences, basic sentence constructions, these 3 are the part of speech that are actually meant for beginners. From there, you can now start expanding. Are you following, right? In sentence making. Having covered nouns, pronouns in our class, and then we are about 90% gone with verbs. Is that not so? Yes. We are going to look at the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement, which relates the subject of a sentence to the object of a sentence, if need be, through the predicate, also known as the verb. I repeat, subject-verb agreement, which deals with the relationship between the subject of a sentence, the predicate, are you following, right? Also known as what? The verb, and the object of the sentence. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Good morning. Welcome, sir. In every sentence in English, as long as the sentence would make sense, it is expected that you have some elements in that sentence. And the elements include subject, verb, and what? Object. These are the 3 key elements that make up a sentence. A sentence is expected to have subject of that sentence. Are you following, right? It's expected to have a verb, a predicate. And then, object, even though sometimes this is not absolutely necessary. Are you following, right? For the sentence to make sense. But then for completeness, These are the three elements. What is the importance of these three parts of speech whenever you are dealing with these elements that make up your sentence? The subject of a sentence must be a noun. Must be what? Or a what? Pronoun. I told you about that when we treated these two parts of speech. Is that not so? Whenever you are making a sentence, the subject of the sentence, which is what you are talking about, which is what you are discussing, are you following, right? The part of speech it belongs to is either noun or what? Am I communicating? Yes. Now, we have this already, which is verb. Okay? We have this one already, which is what? Verb. Also called predicate. Also called what? Predicate at this point, right? I am not saying that verb is predicate anyway, but the level it appears in sentence construction, we refer to it as what? Predicate. So I could have used SPO, subject, predicate, and what? Object. And then tell you that the predicate is what? A verb. But I've just decided, let us maintain V straight on. So you are aware that that level there, what you have is your what? Verb. Am I communicating? Now, after that, the third key element in a sentence, which is our object, must also belong to which part of speech? Noun or what? Pronoun. Good enough, we've covered all these parts of speech very well. And that is why it's not important for us to consider the relationship between the subject and the verb. Are you following right? In a sentence. In our previous class, we covered all the concepts of tenses in English, though we took them step by step, and we rounded off with past tense and what? Future tense, together with their subdivision. Right? The simple tense, the continuous tense, yes, another one. And what? Correct. These four exist under each type of our three major tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense. Each of them gave birth to these four that we just talked about. So all of these elements, we've treated them, and that is why it became necessary that we deal with this subject-verb agreement now. Is that okay? Is that okay? So are we ready? Please write. The law of Concord. The law of Concord, also known as subject-verb agreement. Also known as subject-verb agreement. The law of Concord, also known as subject-verb agreement, gives the relationship gives the relationship between the subject of a sentence and the action, in bracket verb, in the sentence. And the action, in bracket verb, in the sentence. Full stop. Basically, this rule guides us on how singular subject of a sentence. Basically, these rules guide us. On. Guide us. On. How. On how.
Singular subject of a sentence.
On how singular subject of a sentence or plural subject of a sentence. Plural subject of a sentence or plural subject of a sentence is used with singular verb or plural verb respectively. These rules, they guide us on how we make use of singular subject of a sentence. Are you there? Or plural subject of a sentence with singular what? Verb or plural verb. I hope you are following right. Now you have put down this note. Let us analyze what this is all about. Under nouns and pronouns, I taught you about singular nouns, singular pronouns, plural nouns, plural pronouns. True or false? Good. When we moved to verbs, I also explained the concept of singular verbs and what? Plural verbs. Just to remember them. Now let me give you some examples and tell me which one is singular and which one is plural. I'll start with nouns first. Table. Is this a noun, a pronoun, or a verb? A noun. Is it singular or plural? Singular. You know, this is name of something. Like you have your tables you're writing on, right? Okay, what if I give you this? Is this singular noun or plural noun? Plural noun, tables. All right, let us move on. I'm going to give you an example of pronouns now, so you identify whether it is singular pronoun or what? Plural pronoun. He. Singular pronoun or plural pronoun?
Singular pronoun.
Good, because it's referring to one person, a boy, because of the he there. She, singular pronoun or plural pronoun?
Singular pronoun.
They, singular pronoun or plural pronoun?
Plural pronoun.
Open your eyes. Are you sick? Okay. Did you go for it too? Only him? Okay. Now, singular pronoun or plural pronoun? Plural pronoun. You know, these are very important because whenever you're using them in a sentence, you should know how they relate. Am I communicating right? You should know when you are using singular. You should know when you are using what? Plural. Okay, so these are pronouns. These nouns. Let us not look at verbs. You know, when I talk to you about singular verbs and plural verbs, some of you were shocked to see that the rule does not go in line with what you know about nouns. Is that not so? Okay, so I am going to give you cook. Singular verb or plural verb? Plural verb, correct. I'll give you cooks. Singular verb or plural verb? Singular verb. Good luck is a bit short, you know, and it's understandable. Just joining us yesterday, okay, it's understandable that he will be confused with this one. At least he's aware of these ones, because usually from primary school, these ones are usually highlighted. Yeah, very well. If you attend a good primary school, Good luck is a bit surprised about this. Now tell us, good luck, what were you expecting? Because we said that cook is plural verb, and this is singular verb. What were you expecting? Okay, he was expecting that cook will be singular. Why cooks will be plural? That is what he expected. Of course, we all understand why. Divine also expected that as well too, with favor. But when you come to verbs, that rule about singularity and plurality, that this is singular and this is plural, changes. Because usually under nouns, there is this general rule, like the first rule to identify singular noun and plural noun. You are told that singular nouns, they don't end with S. Is that not so? And then plural nouns end with what? S. That rule changes whenever you are dealing with verb. Good luck. Have you gotten it? That rule does what? Changes when you are dealing with what? Verb. For verb, a verb without S, that does not end with S, is plural. When it ends with S, it becomes what? Singular. Is that clear? Now, it's interesting to know that we were able to identify the words, that are singular and plural here. Because it's important for you to know them. So that when it comes to using them in a sentence, you don't make all these unnecessary mistakes. Let's get back to our subject-verb agreement. We've known what this law or this rule is about. It's not only one, there are several of them, but we're only going to pick possibly 2 of them in today's class. Are you following, right? Now, move to the next line, paragraph. Move to the next line, paragraph. Still talking about what you should know about the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement. Paragraph, are you ready? Generally, by the law of Concord, generally, by the law of Concord, of course, our subject-verb agreement, generally, by the law of Concord. Are you there? Singular subject goes with singular verb. Singular subject of a sentence goes with what? Singular verb. Why plural subject of a sentence? Why plural subject of a sentence goes with plural verb? I take that again. Generally, by the law of Concord, that is the law of subject-verb agreement. Are we together? Singular subject. So you have a sentence. You're not talking about the subject. If the subject is singular, are you getting me right? Singular subject of a sentence goes with, or you can say takes. Are you following, right? Singular subject of a sentence goes with singular verb or takes singular verbs. Am I communicating? Why plural subject of a sentence? Plural subject of a sentence goes with plural verb. This general presentation makes good sense. At least it's going to be something that you can always easily remember. Is that not so? Now look at how they go. Singular, singular. Are you following, right? And then what? Plural, plural. Whenever you use singular subject of a sentence, which of course you know that the subject of a sentence, which part of speech do you expect it to be? Noun. Or what? Pronoun. Is that not so? Now, if you use a singular noun or a singular pronoun as subject of a sentence, now you know generally that after the subject of a sentence, you should talk about the predicate, which is the verb. Is that not so? When you use any singular subject, let's say SS, singular subject of a sentence, are you following? The predicate, which is a verb, must be what? Singular verb or plural verb? Singular verb. Because like I said, it is singular to singular. Are you following, right? And then plural to what? Plural. That is the general concept of the law of Concord when it comes to how you make use of the subject of a sentence and the verb that it must take. Are you following, right? Are you following? You know, good luck. It's understandable that somehow this might be doing like this. Don't worry, just because you missed a whole lot of classes. Are you following? You know, this is GMAETS41. We have our full online classes as well too. The video lessons of the things we've covered, they are all available. Apart from that, I'll still follow you up to update you. Are you following, right? In some areas. That is something unique about GMAETS41. It's not just all about the physical class. There are still lots of things you need to be aware of. But follow through. Once you have a question, of course, you know, you are always free to ask. Stop me at any point you have a question and then you ask. But first of all, regarding this law of Concord, you have the little idea as per what it is all about. What it does is to guide us on how we make our sentence. Are you following, right? You want to talk about something. Let me say, good luck is a boy. I cannot say good luck are a boy. Am I communicating? Good luck is referring to how many person? You only one person here. And I want to say that this person is a boy. As long as good luck is singular, one person says good luck is a boy. You cannot say good luck are a boy. Because under verb is to be. Primary auxiliary verb, singular or plural? Singular. We've covered all of those. Are you following, right? So that is what we are trying to find out. That rule or those rules that will guide us to know how we make use of subject of a sentence and the verb that it will take. So it is the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement that guides us in them. Are you following, right? But the general point you want to bear in mind is, if you make use of singular subject of a sentence, the verb that it will take will also be what? Singular. Are you following? But if the subject of your sentence is plural, the verb will also be what? Plural. That is why you cannot say, good luck, run too much or run too fast. Good luck, run too fast. That is wrong. Rather, you say, good luck runs too fast. Am I communicating? But you can say, they run too fast. You can't say, they runs too fast. Why is that so? That is the whole idea of subject-verb agreement, the law of Concord. Are you following, right? The boy like rice. The boy eat rice. It's wrong. This sentence is wrong. The boy is how many person? How many boys? Only one. So you can't say the boy eat rice. E-A-T. E-A-T as a verb. As what? Does it end with S? So this is plural. Are you following, right? As a verb, for it to be singular, it will end with what? S. So if I'm saying the boy is how many person? One. Subject of a sentence, singular. Are you following, right? Then we expect that the verb it will take will also be what? Singular. So you can say the boy eats. So what guides us in this, whenever we are talking about English language, sentence formation, sentence construction, is what we are studying today, and we refer to it as the law of Concord or subject-verb agreement. So I've given you the overview, the general things that will guide you. Are you following, right? When dealing with this subject-verb agreement. Once again, let's recap the key points you want to remember. We know what this law of Concord is all about. It guides us in sentence formation or construction or making. Are you following, right? And the general guideline or principle or rule is that singular subject will take which verb? Singular verb. So always remember singular to singular. And then plural subject will always take what? Which verb? So plural to plural. Is that clear? Is that clear? All right. At this point, we are now going to look at some examples. So write, please. Sentence examples. Sentence examples. When we give these sentence examples, then we can now move on. So the use of conjunction is part of what we are also going to cover into this class. The use of conjunction with respect to subject-verb agreement. When you use and when you use or, we're going to discuss that as well too. But before then, let us just make some sentences with regard to the general principle of subject-verb agreement. You know how we always do that. I'll give you 1-2 sentences, and each of you will come up with your own sentence. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Please, any questions so far based on what we have explained? Any question? If you have a question, you ask. If you have a question, you ask. Please, for you, good luck, because you just joined the class yesterday. Is that not so? Don't be too pressured yet, because there are certain concepts you still need to be aware of. But what I will do is, as we look at these sentences, I'll be bringing them out, for you gradually. For example, you are meant to know everything about our classification of verbs, which include lexical verb and auxiliary verb. And we also went deep into breaking down our auxiliary verbs into 2, primary auxiliary verb and what? Modal auxiliary verb. Then we also went ahead to discuss primary auxiliary verb. How many division or classification of primary auxiliary verb do we have? 2. Can we mention them? To be primary auxiliary verb and what? To have primary auxiliary verb. Are you following? So all these concepts, one has to be aware of them. But what I will do, like I said, at least I'll carry you along. Don't worry, okay? You are at GMAETS41. I'll carry you along. As we make these sentences, I will show you those elements of interest. Are you following, right? So you understand, at least, this class. Are we ready for our sentences? So we're looking at sentence examples. Sentence examples. Number 1, I'm going to talk about GMAETS41 now. Which subject are we taking now? Which subject are we taking? That's my question.
Now.
Which subjects are we taking now? I've always told you, understand your question and answer what you asked. Once again, which subject are we taking now?
English.
I told you, see, English is very interesting. It's a language. And so just like how it is with learning languages, right? One of the key things is for you to be able to use, environmental things to come up with your examples. Am I communicating, right? You don't need to be thinking out of the blue to be able to highlight some examples. So I said I'm going to talk about GMAETS41, and I now asked you a question. Which subject are we taking now?
English.
Good. So I want to say GMAETS41 teaches English. GMAETS41, as it stands for now, is how many percent?
1 person.
Good. So the subject of the sentence GMAETS41 is 1 person. Singular. Is that not so?
Yes.
All right. GMAETS41. I want to talk about what I am doing now. Am I communicating, right? I'm teaching you now. And what am I teaching? I'm teaching the subject.
English.
So I would say GMAETS41 teaches. I'm not interested in highlighting what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to tell you that, hey, GMAETS41 also takes English. Are you getting me right? So GMAETS41 teaches English. Now, let us break down this sentence with respect to our subject-verb agreement. Are we ready? I'm going to throw the question to you. What is the subject of this sentence? GMAETS41. That is what we are talking about. Are you following, right? That's what we are discussing. GMAETS41. That is the word subject. Permit me to write S below it. GMAETS41 is what part of speech? Noun, pronoun, verb. What part of speech? Noun, because it's a name of someone, of a person. Are you following, right? Although that's not my personal name anyway, but I adopt it. Okay, let's refer to it as name of an organization. Are you following, right? An academic platform. Am I communicating? Name of a school. If I choose to adopt it, because I also appreciate being called that. Are you following, right? So it becomes name of a person. How many person there? One. Singular or plural?
Singular.
Good. So what verb will it now take? What verb will it take?
Singular.
Singular verb according to the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement. Are you following, right? Now, what is the verb? Which word is the verb in this sentence? Teaches. Now, remember we have teach in its present tense form. Is that not so? When I taught you the concept of singular and plural verb, there was this note I gave to you. I would like you to go back to that part where we treated singular and plural verbs, so that when I highlight that note, very important, at least you will see it. I told you that the whole idea of singular and plural verb usually applies to present tense verbs. Singular and plural verb concepts. That okay, a singular verb ends with S. Are you following, right? And a plural verb does not end with S. I told you that that thing applies to what? Present tense. We don't use them to define past tense. Because it's when a verb ends with S, you can say it is singular. Is that not so? So one can say teach and you have teaches. You can't use it for past tense. Imagine taught. I now say taughts. You know, I gave you that note to be careful. We don't do that. Have you seen it in your note? Someone should read it out for us, please. Someone should read it out for us. Chika. That note I gave you, what you don't do with it. Thank you. So these verbs are expected to be in their present tense. That's what you are talking about. Singular verb, plural verb. Are you following, right? So the present tense of this word here is teach, normally. But this teach is plural. Are you getting me, right? Since I'm talking about GMAETS41, this will be teaches. You see, it ended with S, making it what? Singular. Agreeing with this subject, which is also what? Singular. Is that law of Concord making sense to you now? Good luck. Because you are the only person, that I'm much more worried or concerned about, being that the rest, they've actually gotten lots of the packages here. All right. Sorry, please. Good morning. Have you get there? They have to wait. Maybe it's not around yet, or he stepped out. You're welcome. GMAETS41 teaches English. So the verb here is what? Teaches. Now, this subject, let me write it singular subject. I'm going to use SS. Are you following, right? Singular word, subject. And this is a noun. Okay, let me still add up. Singular subject, noun, right? SSN is a noun. It's the subject of a sentence. And it is also what? Singular. Then we come to this verb. This will be singular verb. This will be what? Singular verb. Now, what is the object of the sentence? What is receiving the action? Teaches. What is GMAETS41 teaching? English. What does GMAETS41 teach? So English is receiving the action teach, because usually in a sentence, the object receives the action generally. If you're dealing with active voice anyway, are you following right? But of course, we are going to approach our sentences in that direction. So the object of the sentence is English. Object. What part of speech is English? Noun, pronoun, or verb? Is a noun. Is a name of a subject. The name of a subject. So how do we see the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement here? The subject is a singular noun. The verb it took is a singular verb. That's all. The object can be anything. Are you following right? In terms of the object can be singular or what? Plural. It doesn't matter. The law of Concord, the interest focuses on what? Subject and verb. Do you understand this first sentence? Do you understand it? The explanation, does it make sense to you? Please take it down. Take it down. Take it down. Then we look at another sentence. Now take note, I am going to mix up the sentences. Am I communicating? Don't expect that I'm going to give you sentences that follow the rules: singular, 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 singular. Let us mix them up. It will help to develop your brain in terms of its ability to switch between the two principles. Are you following right? Yeah, that's how I plan to have the examples given to you. So here, what I did is making a sentence where we have singular subject taking singular verb. Are you following right? Good. I'm going to think of another one where we now have plural subjects taking plural verbs. But before we move on to that, let me ask you, if I had said GMAETS41 teach English, is that sentence correct? No. Is it correct? But are you aware that some persons make that sentence? Yes. Oh, this person, only one person, you're saying teach this subject. Is it correct? If I say that GMAETS41 teach English, that is very wrong. In your professional exam, you can't be given this question in this form. GMAETS41 dash. Under lexis and structure, are you getting me right? Whatever sentence they want to make, let's assume something like this. GMAETS41 dash English. Let me still add up certain elements in the sentence. Are you following right? GMAETS41 dash English at GMAETS41, this is 41, special science college. And then you could have your options: A, teaches; B, teach; C, thoughts. You know, the reason I gave you that note when we were treating singular and plural verb. Are you following right? And then D, let me say, okay, let me say has teach. Has teach. You know, when we treated perfect tense, what I told you about it, is that not so? Perfect what? Tense. You know, why I'm trying to draw your attention to that is because of this option D. We'll still come back to it anyway, but let's just analyze this. GMAETS41 dash English at GMAETS41 Special Science College. What is the correct answer? Option A. Option what? A, teaches. It's not B, it's not C. In fact, there is nothing like C. Are you following right? The word thoughts does not exist. Past tense cannot be singularized. I gave it to you as a rule in your notes. If you are dealing with past tense verb, you don't add S to their end. Are you following right? Now has teach. What made this sentence, this option wrong? Are you following, right? What made it wrong? Is because teach cannot go with what? Has. When you use the concept of has and a verb, remember you are bringing in perfect. You are bringing in what? Perfect tense. And remember the rule. Anytime you are making, as in you're making a sentence that would use perfect tense. I gave you this assignment to go and write 50 verbs. Present, past, continuous, and past participle. Which one of them makes use of perfect tense? Present tense, past tense, continuous tense, or past participle? Past participle. And I told you that in the use of past participle, you used to have primary auxiliary verb whenever you are making a sentence in the perfect tense form. Is that not so? So, for this sentence to be considered, or this option rather, considered correct per se, this teach is supposed to be past participle. What is the past participle of teach? Taught. It's the same as the past tense. Are you following right? So you see why they gave you this option, so that it will be wrong. Are you following? Because there is only one correct answer here. Okay, let's focus on what we are dealing with, subject-verb agreement. So the correct answer is option A, teaches. Good luck. Does it make sense to you? Now, let us look at another sentence. Sentence number 2. Sentence number 2. The students are doing their classwork at the moment in the class. You know, I've given you a form of complex sentence. A form of what? Complex sentence. This is not a simple sentence like that. In a simple sentence is one you would have to end and put full stop, perhaps after the first insubordinate clause. The students are doing their classwork. If I decide to stop here, would that sentence be wrong? No. So I could have just stopped here and put full stop. This is a clause on its own. It can stand on its own. Are you following? And still make complete sense. I still decide to add up some things. Therefore, the sentence has now gone beyond being simple. Could have been simple if I say the students are doing their classwork. Are you following? Which is a full sentence on its own. It can stand on its own. But I decided to still add up, a subordinate clause. Don't worry, we'll treat all those concepts of clause as we move on. The students are doing their classwork at the moment in the class. What is the subject of the sentence? The students, correct. So we are going to write subjects of the sentence. Part of speech, noun, pronoun, or verb. Noun. Instead of saying the student as noun, I could replace it with a pronoun, true or false. True or false. Now I'm going to throw the question at you. If I don't want to use the students, which is name given to group of people learning, am I communicating right? I want us to replace it with a pronoun. Which pronoun will correctly go here? Replace that the student. Let's go. They. T-H-E-Y. They are. All right. So we have this. Are you following right? Now what is or are the verbs in this sentence? Correct. Are doing. Are what? Doing. Are doing. Continuous tense. This is present continuous. Are you following right? We've treated all these under tenses. How do we know that this sentence is present continuous? Now, what made this sentence present? Now, I'm actually asking you this question so that you continue to reflect and remember all the things we've treated. Am I communicating right? I told you I'll be asking you those questions so that you recall those elements. You need them. Imagine seeing yourself in WAEC as you are preparing for. Are you getting me right? And you have to write AC, let's assume. Of course, you know you have 450 words. That's the standard. You should know how to put all those elements together. So I ask you this question, although that is not what we are treating. What we are treating is subject-verb agreement. Are you following? Okay, let's deal with that first. The students, this is plural, not singular. The what? Student, plural, subject, noun. Are you following right? Plural what? Subject, noun. You know the student is more than one person. Now look at the verb that followed immediately. This verb, is it singular or plural? Plural, because it does not end with S. Are you following right? So this is plural verb. Now good luck. Does it agree with the law of Concord? Subject verb agreement, the principle I gave to you. Does it agree with it? Does it agree with it? Yes. Because you have plural subject. Are you following right? And it takes which verb? Plural verb. So plural to plural. Are you following right? You cannot say the students is doing. If you say is doing, you are wrong. Because is singular as a verb to be primary auxiliary verb. Are you following? It's singular. And you know that the subject is plural. So you can't say the students is doing. No, it's wrong. What helps us to know that it is wrong? The law of Concord, also known as subject-verb agreement, because it sets a pattern for us. Are you following right? Singular to singular, plural to plural. So you now understand how the law of Concord works here, right?
Yes, sir.
There is something else I want us to discuss quickly. I want us to identify what tense is this sentence. What tense is this sentence? I want us to identify it. The main thing we are treating in this class, subject-verb agreement, we've highlighted it. Are you following right?
Yes.
Plural subject goes with plural verb. Good. Now I want to take you back to our previous class and two classes. Are you following right? In English language. That was last week Friday and last 2 weeks Friday. True or false? Which tense is this sentence? Remember I told you whenever you are asked that question or a question of this kind, don't overrush. You want to break it down first. Are you following right? Which tense is this sentence? You should be able to tell me the major tense first. That's the first thing that should come to your mind. And in tenses, how many major tenses do we have? 3. Mention them.
Present tense, past tense, and future tense.
Correct. So if I ask you which tense is this sentence, choose one of them out of the 3 you mentioned.
Present tense.
Present tense. Question, what made this sentence present? No chorus answer this time around. What made no chorus answer? What made it present? Yes? It's still in the process. So how can you tell me that it is still in the process? Assuming I don't know whether this... And how do I know that this is happening right now? You know, it is... At present continuous. How do you know that it is present? Very funny, right? You know, we just say this out. You wake up, you are telling somebody this thing is happening now. This is present continuous. How do I know? Which element here? What exactly is in this sentence that will help me to know that this is happening now? That this is present. Imagine you teaching a child. Are you getting me right? What the child is expecting from you is to highlight. You see this particular word. Look at this word here. This is what made this thing present. Oh, this is the particular word that made it continuous. Am I communicating? And by the time you're able to understand this thing like this, you play with it. Yeah, good luck. I can see your hand. You want to shock us? Let's get it. The plural verb, which is correct. 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 The plural verb are. The many of them, almost all of them are aware of it. It's only you and Mrs. Ifezwe that, is it, because you just joined. But it's a good thing you were able to capture that. Are you following? It is are. Are is which Class of verb.
To be primary auxiliary.
To be
Primary auxiliary.
audible.
To be primary auxiliary verb.
Present or past?
Present.
Present. There are a list of them. Is one. Are is another. Am, an is another. These are to be primary auxiliary verb. Present tense. Was is what? Past tense. Where is what? Past. We've covered all of those elements. Are you following right? So thank you so much. What made this sentence present is this are. Are you following right? Okay, now we've been able to identify out of the three major tenses, present, past, and future tense, that this sentence is present. Are you following? Each of these three major tenses gave birth to how many we learned from previous classes?
4.
Correct. Mention the 4.
Simple tense. Continuous tense. Perfect tense. Perfect continuous tense.
Are you following right? We have simple tense. So if you come to present tense, you can talk about simple present tense or present simple tense. Are you following right? If you come to past tense, you have simple past tense or past simple tense. If you come to future, you have simple future or future simple tense. Are you following right? Then number 2 of it is continuous tense. So if you come to present tense, you have present continuous tense. Past tense will have past continuous tense. Are you getting me? And future tense will also have what? Future continuous tense, making it number 2 of the subdivision. Is that not so? And then if you move on to perfect tense, which is the 3rd of the subdivision, talk about present tense. You have present perfect tense. And under past tense, you have what? Past
Perfect
tense. And under future, you have what?
future perfect tense.
Are you getting it right? Then the final and the 4th final division is perfect continuous, also known as what?
Perfect
Progressive tense. Are you following? So each of the 3 tenses gave birth to 4, each of them. Are you getting me right? And the 4 is what we are highlighting. The 4th one is perfect continuous or perfect progressive tense. So come to present tense. Now you have present perfect continuous tense. If you come to past tense, you have past perfect continuous tense. And if you talk about future, you have what? Future perfect continuous or progressive tense. Are we together? Just a way of reminding you. Now we have identified this sentence to be present. The question now is, which of the present is this sentence? Because present tense gives birth to 4 subtense. Are you following right? I'm going to recall them again. We have present simple tense or simple present tense. Go to the cyber cafe there. Go to the cyber cafe there. There's a cyber cafe there. We have present simple tense. We have present continuous tense. We have present perfect tense. We have present perfect continuous tense. Which one out of the 4 is this present tense? No chorus answer. Which one out of the 4 is this present tense? You're given the opportunity, you must be audible. Ketri, you know, you must be audible because I have to hear you. Okay, Catherine, which of the present tense is this sentence? You are very correct. But you know something about GMAETS41? You cannot just wake up and you tell me it is present continuous tense. Do you know why? Somebody can still wake up and tell me, Sir GMAETS, this thing is present perfect tense. Another person can wake up, perhaps not understanding this, just looks at it and he says, GMAETS, this is present perfect progressive tense. Am I communicating? Or this is present simple tense. Anybody can wake up and say anything. So, Catherine, you've told us that this sentence is present continuous tense. How do you know that it is the continuous tense form? I cannot hear you well. There is a combination of verb. Out of 100, I'll give you 50. You are correct in saying there is a combination of verb, because apart from simple tense, the rest, you combine verbs. Are you following? But I want that particular word that made it continuous. Because if you just stop at telling me it is continuous, sorry, it is a combination of verb. If it were to be present perfect tense, you combine verb there. Is that not so? If it is present perfect continuous, you also combine verbs. So you telling me that you combine verb, yeah, out of 100%, I'll give you 50. So do you still want to explain further? What made this continuous specifically? Again, louder. Because of the... Louder now, I can't hear you. The more I am telling her I can't hear her, the more she is going low. I'm using mic and the thing should enter the mic. So loud. Because of the verb. All right, thank you very much. Okay, that's correct. It is because, the Englishman said, don't begin your sentence with because. Have you heard that before? You don't start a sentence with because. It is because of the verb doing, the ing verb. Are you following, right? Good. That shows continuation. It is ing verb that shows that something is continuing. Are you following, right? So put together, this is, watch, this sentence as a whole is present. You see I pointed R because R made it present. Continuous. You see I pointed doing because the doing made it continuous. English is interesting, don't you think so? Yeah, if you understand it for what it is, you will enjoy the subject. You will. I'm done with my 2 sentences with respect to subject-verb agreement. Remember, that's what we are treating. I only bridged a little to help us recall some things we did previously. Are you following? We are done with tenses already. And you just don't need to go and forget them. You don't. You need them to be able to sit for your exams very well. Under lexes and structures, you have, lots of them. But our main point here is subject-verb what? Agreements. Let's look at the first 2 sentences I've given to you. Then I'll throw the ball to your court for your sentences. GMAETS41 teaches English. Does this follow the law of Concord? Subject-verb agreement. Why did we say it followed that law?
Because GMAETS41 is a singular.
All right, no cross answer. If you want to explain, let me see your hand. Why is it that we say that this follows the law of Concord? Okay, Chinedu, let's hear from you. Audible.
GMAETS41 is a singular noun.
Correct.
Why teaches is a singular verb.
Correct. And so what does the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement, say regarding that?
It says that singular noun goes with singular verb.
A singular subject.
Singular subject goes with singular verb. Why plural subject goes with singular verb.
So this one we have singular to singular. Is that not so? All right, that's correct. The second one, the students are doing their classwork at the moment in the class. Does it follow the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement?
Yes.
Why do you say so? No chorus answer. Yes, Emmanuel 1.
Because.
It is because.
The student is a plural noun.
Correct.
Are doing is a plural verb.
The doing is just the function of the doing is just to make the sentence continuous.
Is a plural verb.
Correct. I hope do you understand that, right? Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. Do you get the whole idea now? Because I am going to throw the ball to your court now as usual. And Chioma is smiling now because she knows she will be the first person to ask. When I ask her now, she will just be saying something else. You'll be wondering whether Chioma is in the class. Do you want to give us the first sentence? Then you can do it. Okay, so remember the rule, nothing is there. Singular to singular, plural to plural. So start spinning your brain now. Think of the subject of the sentence you want to use. And remember, like I said, the subject must not always be a noun. It can also be what? Pronoun. That is why before we started, I tested you on something. I gave you singular noun, plural noun for you to identify. Singular pronoun, plural pronoun for you to identify. Are you getting me? And then singular verb, plural verb. The Subject of the sentence can either be a noun or what? A pronoun. Okay? What is the object of this sentence? Their classwork. You know? Their classwork. That's the object, because what the students are doing is what? The class work. What is receiving the action are doing. What are the students doing? Their classwork. So that is the object of the sentence. Are you following, right? That's the object. Dear is a pronoun. I hope you're aware of that.
Yes.
Dear is what? A pronoun. Did we treat it?
Yes.
Under possessive pronoun. Then classwork is what? A noun. And you know that subject of a sentence or object of a sentence, what part of speech do they belong to? So this is the object of the sentence. All right. But with respect to subject-verb agreement, you know your focus is the subject and the what? Verb. Yeah, spin your brain, crack your brain. You're going to give us a sentence that follows subject-verb agreement. Think of your subject, the subject you want to use. Think of the verb, like what action are you interested to talk about? Are you getting me right? Then apply the principle of the law of Concord. Who wants to go first? If you're ready for your sentence, let me see your hand. Okay, Chijuke. Audible, please. I'm using a mic. You have to be audible from there so they can hear you.
Male monkeys are humming.
The male
Monkeys are humming.
The male monkeys are what? Humming. Sit down. The male monkeys are what? Humming. Let us analyze that sentence to see whether we approve of it or not. The male monkeys. Monkeys. Can these be monkeys like this? It's YS. I hope you know that, right? So I had to write it that way so that you get to know. You don't change the plural form to IES. It doesn't work for monkeys. Monkeys is the name of an animal. Are you following, right? So the monkeys, the male monkeys are what? Humming. This is a simple sentence. It is not complex. Are you getting me right? Because just after the subject, the verb, and then the object, nothing continued. Are you following right? Is this sentence correct? Let us analyze it. What is the subject of the sentence? What is the subject of the sentence? The male monkeys. Because that's what you are talking about in that sentence. Am I communicating? So let us take note of it. The male monkeys, subject of the sentence. Now let us find out the nature in terms of whether it is singular or plural. The male monkeys, singular or plural? Plural. So this is subject plural noun. Subject plural what? Noun. Are humming. If the subject is plural, what do we expect of the verb that it will take? Plural or singular? Plural, is that not so? Now what is this, the verb that the male monkeys take? What is the verb there? That is the main verb there in terms of the law of Concord we are treating. Are you following right? But let me ask you, is the only verb there? Okay, what are the verbs there? Humming, because that humming is also a verb. Continuous, okay? But our interest in terms of the law of Concord will be on the are. Are you following right? Now, is it a singular verb or plural verb? Plural verb, PV. Are you following right? So does it agree with the principle of subject-verb agreement, saying plural to plural, singular to singular? Does it agree with it? Yes. The subject is a plural subject, just that it's a noun, which of course you know, subject is either noun or pronoun. And then here, the verb is also what? Plural. Now permit me to underline all the verbs, please. Then we focus on this are. Are you getting me right? Look at something about this sentence now. My sentence here, the one I gave to you, has object. Has object. And they're correct. True or false? Does Chijioke's sentence have a subject? Sorry, have an object? Does it have an object? No. It doesn't. Does it mean it is wrong? Remember I told you when we began the class that sometimes it's not absolutely necessary. Are you getting me right? To attach the object at the sentence. Are you following right? But if he wishes to include an object, he could say the male monkeys are humming for the hunter. Does it make sense? For who? The hunter. So who is receiving the humming? The hunters. Are you getting me right? Who is humming, performing the action? The monkeys. What is performing the action is the subject. Are you following right? Then what is receiving the action? Oh, the monkeys are humming. You know, sometimes these animals can be so funny. There in Unizik, sometimes, you know, they have lots of monkeys there. And the monkeys can just run. When they see someone, they just run. And they will stand and look at you. You know? Sometimes they make this their funny sound. That their sound, you know. So they can hum at or for. Are you following right? Someone. So that person is not receiving the action, will be the object. But Chijioke decided not to tell us the object, so we don't know who the monkeys are humming at. Are you getting me right? And it's not of any use to us. With respect to finding out whether this sentence is complete or not, the sentence is very correct. And it follows the law of Concord. Are you getting me? Plural to plural. Good luck. Do you have a question on this? Does it make sense to you? In line with what we are discussing in our class today, law of Concord. Okay, next person. Next person. Are you ready, Chinedu? Okay, let's go. Number 4. Now, can we deviate from using noun? The sentence is now becoming a bit monotonous. And you know I don't like that. Let's use pronoun as subject of sentence, at least.
He is sweeping the classroom.
He is sweeping the classroom. Again, I wouldn't accept that sentence. You know, and Chinedu say, I am tired of GMAETS. You say this, you say that. I wouldn't accept that sentence again. It's correct. The boy is sweeping the classroom. But again, I am finding out that our sentence is becoming monotonous. Is sweeping is present continuous tense. The one I use there is present continuous tense. Look at what Chijioke said there is present continuous tense. Am I communicating? I am tired. I've taught you guys tenses, right? We had it in our classes where you know that you can make sentences in the simple tense form. In the continuous tense form, we have a couple of them here already, so I'm okay with them. And then we have perfect tense form. We have perfect continuous tense. So can we come up with something like that? Yeah, you can do it. Come up with something like that. Let's not just be one-dimensional, using one approach to our sentence. For example, look at this first one now. This is simple tense. I hope you know that, right? This is what? Simple tense. Did I combine any verb here? We only had one verb, an action verb. There is no lexical verb. Sorry, there is no auxiliary verb attached to this lexical verb here. You know? And I use it in the present. Your sentence can also be in the past. It can also be in the future. Am I communicating, right? But I don't want it to be continuous anymore. That's just the thing. Okay. Yep. Chinedu, come again.
They are done with their house chores.
They are done with what? Their house chores. They are done with their house chores. House chores. What is the subject of the sentence? They. Singular or plural? Plural. Noun or pronoun? Pronoun. So the subject of the sentence here, subject plural pronoun. Are you following, right? Subject plural pronoun, SPP. Are we together? Now let us look at the verb that it took. What is the verb directly after it? Singular or plural? Plural. So this is plural verb. Now we have are done. What if I decide to take you back to our tenses? But before taking you back, I have a question. Chinedu sentence as you have it. Please permit me to underline the are done, because done is also a verb. Are you following? But the main thing that made it plural is the word are. So does this follow our subject verb agreement?
Yes.
Why do you say yes? Chorus answer.
Because
Just hit it straight. Hit it straight. Tell me whether it's singular, singular, plural, plural. Yep. Plural, plural. Are you following, right? The idea you cannot do plural, singular. You cannot do singular, plural. Are you getting me right? Plural, plural. That's sufficient, huh? I don't want much grammar on this again. Now, dear friends, I am tired of the use of and you know, I have banned you from using continuous verb. Is that not so? Now, Chinedu used are. I'll show you mercy. The reason why I'm showing you mercy is because the tense of this verb is not continuous, okay? Now, permit me, please, let me take you a bit back now to our previous class. Am I communicating? Because like I said, we must have to be going back and forth here. So everything will be together. At least you have the whole idea of this subject-verb agreement now. Is that not so? Is the rule too difficult? Is the principle we are dealing with in today's class too difficult? There are other rules we are going to deal with. This will take us up to like two more classes. Am I communicating? To take us up to like 2 more classes. But just for what we are dealing with today, this. Is it difficult? No. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. Now, I would like to take you back now. I want to know the tense of this sentence. We have found out that this follows our subject-verb agreement law of Concord. Now, let us classify the tense of this sentence. So my first question would be, what tense is this sentence? Give me the answer from the major tense we have. No chorus answer. No chorus answer. No chorus answer. Which tense is this sentence? And I said, anytime you ask this question, the first thing you have to do is to think of the 3 major types of tense first. You must know the type out of the 3 before you now start breaking it down. Are you following, right? To know which one out of the 4 tense forms. Are you getting me right? They are done with their house chores. Which tense is this sentence? Yes. Past. Now, remember I said something. I've told you always answer your question based on what you are asked. I didn't tell you to get to the end of classifying this sentence completely. Tell me first, is this sentence present? Is it past? Or is it future? These are the 3 major tenses. Are you following, right? So you have to tell me first. Is it present? Is it past? Is it future? Okay, let's hear from you. Past tense. All right, thank you for trying. You want to say something as well too? Oh no, you have gone out of what I'm expecting. I was very clear. I said, tell me, is it past tense? Is it present tense? Is it future tense? Meanwhile, past participle is not a tense anyway, but it's understandable. 2 of you that have given the answer already, you just joined us. Are you getting me right? So it's understandable. I'm not expecting too much from the 2 of you for now. The others, I'm expecting, in fact, more than you can imagine from you, because you attended everything about this class. So my question, this sentence, is it present? Is it past? Is it future? You are wasting my time on this. By now, I should be seeing everybody's hand. All of you that have attended classes on verbs before. It's only 2 persons' hand that are now down. Emmanuel too has raised up his hand. Did you did you raise up your hand just to prove a point, or you are sure you know what you're about to say now? All right, so tell us this sentence. Is it present tense? Is it past tense? Or is it future tense? Emmanuel 2. Audible, please. Present tense. Put your hands together for him. Your success through hard work. Clap. Good. For our new friends, this is our success through hard work. Clap. So that the clap will be uniform. Don't clap. You know, I don't want that. Success through hard work. All of you will start at the same time and end at the same time. This is present tense. The new ones among us who just joined us a few days ago, when we have covered all this, you mentioned that this is past tense. I don't know what you were saying that made you say it is past tense. But if I am to analyze your mind, perhaps your interest was on this guy, this word, done, right? That is where you goofed. But it's understandable anyway, right? It's understandable because you weren't there when we treated this. You shouldn't have been dealing with that verb first. This shouldn't be your business first. Are you getting me? There is a verb before it, true or false? What is the verb before that done? That should be your interest first. Are you following right? That should be your interest to analyze whether a sentence is present, past, or what? Future. Is that okay? So good luck. You also mentioned past. So let me ask you now. Because you friends were thinking of this done before. Looking at this are. Do you want to change your answer or you still maintain that it is past? When you tell somebody you are, that are, is it present, past, future? What do you say? It is present. It is present. The past of are is what? Where. You have all this in your notes for those that, are you getting me? So this sentence here is present because of this are. Next question. We now want to break it down. You know that each of the major tense has its own 4 forms of tense. Is that not so? It is either it is simple or continuous or perfect continuous. And I gave you the rules for all these sentences. Is that not so? For all these tenses. I gave you the rules. So, we know that this is present. What form of present is it? Is it simple present? Is it present continuous? Is it present perfect? Is it present perfect continuous? No chorus answer. No chorus answer. You see, you friends have to be studying. You have to be studying. Listen, it's not funny when you don't study. When you don't study, you sit down in exam hall, you see questions, you'll be getting confused. These things are there. This is not the time for you to be turning the pages of your book. You had 1 week to study all of those things. Yes. Which form of present tense is this sentence? Okay, divine, let's hear from you. Audible? Correct. Put your hands together for her. Present perfect tense. I will ask you more questions. Are you ready? Are you ready? Now, present tense has simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous or perfect progressive tense. Are you ready for my question? Why did you not? I'm asking you divine because you said that this is present perfect. Why did you not say that this is present? Okay, why did you not say this is simple present tense?
Because there is combination.
Correct. What did she say? There is verb combination there. Are you following right? Okay. Why did you not tell us that this is present continuous?
Because for present continuous, there is combination of verbs, which is to have primary auxiliary verb. Continuous, which is ing.
Good. So the main point is we should have been expecting ing verb somewhere here. Is that not so? But this verb that followed is not ing. Therefore, it is not present continuous. Okay. You also had present perfect progressive tense. Present perfect progressive tense. Why didn't you tell us that this sentence is present perfect continuous tense?
Present perfect progressive, there will be will and ing.
There will be will. Ah, you tried, but you know when you just mentioned there will be will, you have futurized it. You have futurized it. And that is really not, because there you're not be talking of future tense. Are you getting me? That is not what answers the question. Why is it not perfect progressive? You told us it is present perfect tense. Why is it not present perfect continuous? You mentioned will. That will, no, that's not what explains it. Will has nothing to even do here at all. Okay. Do you still want to brainstorm or someone should help you? Being and ing. If this were to be perfect continuous or perfect progressive, in the sentence you will see being, then our continuous tense verb, ing verb. Are you following, right? Don't worry, I'm going to make this sentence in their 4 different forms. So thank you for analyzing this. Now, conclusively, why did you now say that this sentence is present perfect tense sentence?
Because there is combination of verb. So we have current auxiliary verb and past participle.
All right. This door is past participle. But I'm looking at something here as well too. I'm looking at something here. Yeah. To have is meant to be there. So it seems like this sentence doesn't go in that way. So which one will it take? Because what we have here is to be. That is the nature of the sentence. That is the nature of the sentence. Are you following? This sentence you are saying here has its form as if you want to put it in that format you saw it normally. Are you getting me? To now be, they have done their house chores. They what? Have done their what? House chores. That they have done their house chores. This is another form of that sentence. Are you getting me right? So if he had said they have done, you would have seen it clearly. Are you getting me right? But he decided to use they are done with their. Are you getting me right? So it is still present perfect. It is still what? Present perfect. It's just another form of making that sentence. Okay? Even if the rule you had in your notes, we went straight to say it should be what? To have verb before the past participle. However, take note that the sentence did not follow that form. He decided to. It's just like when you talk about active voice and what? Passive voice. 2 sentences meaning the same thing. So this is perfect because of the past participle there, specifically that done. Even if it is to be primary auxiliary verb that was used. The nature of the sentence is what made it not to look exactly as what you used to know with that law, to have verb plus past participle. Anyway, just wanting us to, recall certain things we had treated earlier. Please, is there any question with regards to the use of the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement, telling us that you use singular verb, singular subject to singular verb, plural subject to plural verb? Is there any question based on what we have covered so far? Remember the other things I was taking you back to you're in primary school. So it's always important whenever we are dealing with things to help you recall the things you've done. And that will also awaken your consciousness to understand that you need to be studying every day. And not to study and forget. That is why when you study, you should take time to meditate. Think. Are you following, right? Allow your brain, allow the things you study to sit well in your brain so you can remember. You can be asked questions and remember that in your professional exam, WAEC, NECO, JAM, questions are thrown at you from different angles, true or false. I had told you from our previous class, I think it was on yesterday, right? Or Tuesday, rather, I don't know. That your brain should have the ability to switch between topics in the exam hall. Is that not so? So please have this in mind. Please, any question? Any question? Good luck. Don't think about the analysis we made with respect to the type of tense this sentence is. For now, it is beyond you because you missed that class. The truth of the matter is, if you did not attend that class and you have not been taught, it won't make sense to you. Am I communicating? It won't. Many times many times, many students don't have the opportunity, are you getting me right, to learn it the way you learned everything about verb from GMAETS41. Many students don't have the opportunity. I know what I'm saying. We all pass through schools. Am I communicating? We all pass through school. Many of you seated there, when I was teaching you all these things in verb, you confessed to the fact that you were seeing something else, different from what you had. No. So don't stress yourself about them. You just joined the class yesterday. You just joined the class, not up to a week yet. It was, I guess, this week on Monday or so. We had been done with all of those things before now. So you will take the lessons online. I will guide you. I will follow you up to update you. Are you getting me? That is when being able to analyze the tense of a sentence will make good sense to you. For now, what we treated in our class today is what? Subject-verb agreement, the law of Concord. And I guess the principle, very simple. Is that not so? Singular subject to what? Plural subject to what? Do you use singular subject to plural verb? Plural subject to singular verb? No. We are done with our English class, this part, for today. We shall be going on break, after which we continue. However, is this all about the law of Concord? No. What if the subject of a sentence is now given to you in such a way that you now see something like and? Or, I'll give you an instance. Chijioke. Good luck. Chijioke and good luck, would you say are in the class? Or is in the class? You know, you're not using a conjunction. Are you following, right? And is a conjunction. Okay. Chijioke or good luck is in the class. Are in the class. Which one of them is correct? So we are going to deal with that in our next English class, where we apply the law of Concord, relating subject to verb, where we make use of the conjunction and, or. Are you getting me right? And, or. When you use this to combine, to link subject of a sentence, are you following, right? When you use these conjunctions to link subject of a sentence, how do you apply the law of Concord? Just a quick example. Chijioke and good luck are in the class. You can't say it's in the class. Okay, Chijioke or good luck is in the class. You can't say are in the class. We have other forms of conjunctions because conjunctions have different types. Quite unfortunate we've not treated conjunction, but we have no choice. We must deal with them. I'll just bring out some of the conjunctions you should be aware of. What about conjunctions like either or, neither nor, not only, but also? So you should know how the law of Concord, subject-verb agreement, operates on those conjunctions. But we are not going to cover them today. Are you getting me right? In our next English class, we're going to be looking at that. If you have a question on this, like I said, ask before we close this part of our English class. Any question? Chijioke? Good luck. Any question based on what we have treated today?
Can you give us an example that it's not related with A or D? Like my class teacher. My class teachers are sick or something like that. Like you not use D or they to for the like you not use D and they to give us an example. Just use another
Another form of subject, which is noun, if I'm not mistaken. Because when you say my class teachers is a noun, you're now telling me if I could give you examples where I wouldn't use something like they, we, you. I shouldn't use them. All right, those ones are pronouns. And remember, I had told you, meanwhile, let me be certain, is that what you're actually requesting for? Okay, where would you use name? Let me assume. You know, what you're asking me for, this sentence follows that principle. Are you aware? Because I use the name there. Here, I also use the name because the student is name of group of people learning, like I said. Here we use name. The male monkeys. This is not a pronoun. I hope you know that, right? So when you ask the question, it's as if you're telling me to repeat the same thing. Or is there something else you are requesting for? My class teachers are very intelligent. Is a sentence. Right? The American government had stated recently that you continue whatever you heard the American government state. Okay? So what we are saying is either the subject of a sentence is a noun, are you following, right? Or a pronoun. Like my class teachers you mentioned. If you say my class teachers, let me throw the question at you. My class teachers, singular or plural? Plural. So one can say, okay, my class teachers traveled. Okay, my class teachers travel for conferences regularly. My class teachers, what? Travel. My class teachers travel. You are telling us what your class teachers do regularly. Maybe regularly the school has an avenue, an arrangement where your class teachers will have to travel for conferences. Could be that they go to be trained in one particular thing. Are you getting me right? So one can say, my class teachers travel regularly for conferences. Are you getting me right? And now look at the law of Concord there. My class teachers, plural, travel. This is the verb there, true or false? Did it end with S? So is it singular or plural? Singular or plural?
Singular.
This is a verb. I know it will still, your brain will still be spinning here. Good luck is understandable. It's understandable, huh? So just take a couple of time when you are taking all these lessons. But let me still give you another chance. This is a verb. And I told you the rule you used to know. Because that is what most of us know because of noun. Are you getting me? That rule you used to know about singular and plural noun. Ending with S or not ending with S. Here, on that verb, it changes. Are you getting me right? So I ask you, travel, is it singular verb or plural verb? It is plural verb because it does not end with S. Are you getting me right? No S at the end. My class teachers, singular or plural? Good. So you now go. My class teachers travel, not travels. If you say travels, it's wrong because travels is singular verb. You can't use it with plural subject. Are you getting me right? So my class teachers travel regularly for conferences. Is that okay? So that is it. Take your assignment, please. Take your assignment. Take your assignment. Make 5 sentences. respecting the law of Concord. That is subject-verb agreement. Respecting the law of Concord. That's subject-verb agreement. Make 5 sentences respecting the law of Concord. Following what we did in class today. Are you getting me? In fact, let me indicate it because there's something I want to point out to you. Following what have been covered in the class today. You know why I attach this? So that it will guide you whenever you are making your sentence. Don't go make any sentence. This and the, are you getting me? GMAETS41 and his students, Mr. John or Benga. Don't use any conjunction there. I have not taught you that. Am I communicating right? Go straight with your, sentence. Just one subject of a sentence, whether singular or what, plural, and then verb follows up. Okay? I don't want to see anything that makes use of conjunction like I told you. That is based on our next English class. So you have to follow the pattern of what we have here. Okay? And again, for this subject-verb agreement, most of your sentences have to be in the present tense. Because remember, it is present that usually makes use of. For is present that usually, if you are using past, if you are using what? Past. It's still okay. But past can only go with plural subject. Am I communicating? Past tense can only go with what? Plural subject to respect the law of Concord. Why did I say this? Think, for example, is this sentence correct? I want to put it in the past tense. Stop writing and look at me. Is this sentence correct if I decide to make it in the past and then I want to use singular subject? Are you there? GMAETS41 taught English. Or GMAETS41 GMAETS41 slept yesterday. They slept. I'm adding S. GMAETS41 is singular. Are you following, right? And I want to put that sentence in the past. And I say, he taught us singular subject. The verb will take what? Singular. So you go and add S in past tense verb. Do you singularize past tense verb? No. I gave it as a note when I taught you singular and plural verbs. I told you don't singularize past tense. Are you getting me right? So if you are using past tense for your sentence, please take note that the subject, are you following? Will be plural to follow the law of what? Concord. Because if you tell me, okay, GMAETS41 taught English. GMAETS41 taught English. That sentence does not explain the law of Concord with respect to singular, plural to plural. Is that not so? Is that not so? The sentence is correct. The sentence is what? Correct. But does it tell you anything with regards to that rule? Singular subject takes singular verb. Plural subject takes plural verb. Does it explain it? Does it explain it? No. So if you must use past tense, then your subject has to be what? Plural. But I think to avoid it, please, I would prefer you give me all of your sentences in what? Present. In fact, I'm making it as a rule. Because the purpose of this assignment is for you to be able to understand very well. Are you getting me? Show me that you understand how to use the law of what? Concord. So all your sentences must be in the present tense. So that if you are using singular subject, you know that the verb will carry what? S, singular. And if you are using plural subject, you know that the verb will be what? Plural. It won't carry S. I think that is fair enough, okay? Any question on this assignment? Any question on the assignment? It's okay. So enjoy your break. Any question?
Following what we have.
Following what we have covered in the class today? Following what we have covered in the class today, thank you for pointing out that to me. Now you can adjust backward. Let me get a full board. All right, so what is the time now? This is 11:33, 30 minutes break. That is 12:03. I'll make it 12:05. Then you return from your break. Enjoy.